Jennifer, congratulations. If you would just look to the left to that monitor on the blue side.
Yeah.
From Andrew Joyce, USTA World Feed. Congrats, first time in a Grand Slam quarters. What's been the difference for you physically and mentally?
For me, physically and mentally, I think, I've improved on both aspects. I've gotten a lot fitter. I'm able to, maintain my intensity from the beginning of the match all the way until the end. Also, going out there, I think, having that physicality that I have in, the improvement of my fitness, I also have, that brings also the improvement of the mental side as well. Knowing that I can play my game at a high level from, the very first point all the way until the end without a dip in my physical abilities.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Peter Botto, ESPN.com. Peter, good afternoon. You are live with Jennifer.
Yes, hi. Hi, Jennifer. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I wondered if you were asked to sign the document, to sign up with Novak Djokovic and Vasilevsk's group they're creating. They said you reached out to the women. I was just wondering if you had been approached to sign up with them or not, and what you did.
No, I have not been approached about the document.
Do you have any feelings about that association and how it's played out with the fact that they did not have women and now they say they do, etc.?
I honestly not really. As far as the WTA, I think they're doing a really good job, and right now I stand by the WTA and what they're doing, and just am not making any decisions until somebody really approaches me or other players get involved as well.
Thanks. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Peter. Let's go now to Chris from usopen.org. Chris, you are live with Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Great match. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know, you had success relatively early at the slams in your career, reaching the round of 16 twice in 2017. And I'm wondering, was that a difficult adjustment for you to make after having that success and getting more attention? And if it was difficult, would you say it's something that's helped you get to where you are now?
Yeah, I don't think I was really ready physically or mentally to make the fourth round of two slams in 1 year. Definitely came as a huge surprise to me, and honestly, I didn't really believe that I belonged at that level or that it was achievable for me. So to be honest, I wasn't ready mentally or physically for it, and this year, starting the beginning of the year, I felt like a different player, and I'm not putting expectations on myself, but also not surprised when I'm doing well at a tournament.
Thank you, Chris. Jennifer, if you could once again look to your left to the blue monitor. Willie Weinbaum of ESPN asks, over the last several years, numerous players have won majors. How has your belief in your own capacity to win a major evolved in recent years?
Yeah, I think right now the women's game is so deep. Anybody can win a major. It's just a matter of, how the draw really pans out. And I think, you had Sonia Kennan this year. She won Australian Open, and I know her very well. I think seeing the younger players or other players, winning majors and not just the same person, I think, it brings a different fire or fuel for other players as well. They see that and they're like, okay, if they can win, I can also win.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the video board and welcome Ava from the Washington Post. Ava, you may not have the green box, but you are live.
Okay. Hey, Jen, congrats on the win. You look really chill and steady out there, kind of even when you were dealing with the trainer and everything. Just wondering more about the mental side of your game. Is that something you've had to work on recently, as you kind of say that you feel like you're kind of a new player this year, and how has that journey been for you, I guess?
Yeah, I think I would say my personality off court. I'm a very relaxed, chilled person. I'm easygoing, and at times I can get pretty frustrated with myself on court. And recently I've just been going on court with not putting expectations on myself to perform well, but instead to just focus on what I can control and just competing on every single point. And I think that's been a huge game changer for me. And also, knowing that I have the physical ability to perform and hang with the top players, that also like takes off some pressure or stress from myself and my mental side.
And then how is the leg feeling after the trainer visits today?
Yeah, it's feeling good. Thank you. It's feeling good.
Thank you, Ava. Let's go to Courtney from the WTA. Courtney, no green box, but I can assure you, you are live with Jennifer.
Yeah. Hey, Jen. Can you just talk through today's match and especially in that late second set, how much pressure or stress were you under? She was playing better, and also because of the leg, like clearly you wanted to finish it in straight sets and not have to go to a third.
Yeah, definitely. She was making a lot more balls in the second set. I think maybe I wasn't as aggressive as I was in the first set. I felt like I came out and played really good tennis in the first set, exactly how I wanted to. I was expecting things to be like that. I wasn't really surprised. And then in the second set, I started with a break, and then she broke back, but that didn't really bother me. And then that game at 4-2, I was able to hold. No, to go 4-2, I was able to hold, and that was a pretty big game for me. And then, at that point, I was like, okay, like just focus on every single point, each point one at a time. And then when I was returning, I got a match point, and I played a little bit defensive, and then she was able to win that point. And I try to just stay present and not focus on the end result. I definitely did want to close it out in 2 sets because I wasn't sure, you know. Maybe my leg was bothering me a little bit. I couldn't serve as well, and but I was happy with how I closed it out at the end.
And what does it mean for you to not just to beat Angelique Kerber, former champion, former #1 great player, but also to make your first major quarterfinal in a year where, I'm sure this was kind of the goal, and to kind of check it off?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been a it's been a it's been a rough year so far, 2020, but really happy with making the quarterfinals here at the U.S. Open, and hopefully I keep going.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Let's go back to the video board and let's go to Colette from Zoo Tennis. Colette, you are live with Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Congratulations.
Hey, Colette, thank you.
I was, the USTA sent out an email saying you were the first college player since Gigi Fernandez in 1994 to make the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open. That's before you were born, if I recall. So I was just wondering if you could have had any sort of mentor or any sort of idea that a college player could do this kind of thing.
To be honest, like when I went to college, if you were to tell me that when I left, if I were to go to college in 2013 at UCLA, and then 7 years from then I would be in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open, I would probably laugh. I would be shocked because I wasn't ready when I went to college. I wasn't ready to play on the big stage. I definitely wasn't ready to perform or compete with any of these other players. So, for me, college was a big learning experience on and off the court. Just growing as a person, becoming more mature. Also having Stella and Rance, they made me fall in love with the game a little bit more. And yeah, really happy with my decision to go to UCLA.
And just to follow up on that, do you feel now that you represent college tennis? Do you feel comfortable being sort of a role model for other girls who might make that decision, might be in that same position that you were in 2013?
Yeah, I hope so. I think that'd be a huge honor, to have freshmen college players or any whatever year they're in college. I think to look up to me, that's something that that would mean a lot to me. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Colette. Let's continue with the video board. Let's go to Bill from Inside Tennis. Bill, you are live with Jennifer.
Hey, Jen. Great run and congrats. Could you just take it a little bit further, sort of what you were talking about? It's so tough out there on the circuit. You leave UCLA and then you're sort of among hundreds, thousands of young women around the world who want to emerge at the very top. Talk about the process of going from UCLA to now in this run at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
What did you have to go through? What was the experience like?
In the beginning, it was a grind. I was playing a lot of challenger events, 25Ks, 50Ks, stuff like that. Traveling, sharing a room with two other girls. It's not all pretty on tour. Traveling isn't really that great, and just trying to save a buck here or two. Trying to share a room with other girls, and then eventually once you start to do better in those tournaments, then you get an opportunity to play in the qualifying of the WTAs, and then from there then you go into the main draw of the WTAs, and then you kind of just work your way up, and it's very challenging. A lot of people don't make it because they see how hard it is at the lower levels, but honestly, I loved it. I didn't really mind it, and I think my growth mindset really got me to where I am today.
And just you're in New York. A ball player named Jackie Robinson changed the world in New York. Ash Stadium is named after Arthur. Jimmy Connors really made the U.S. Open in some people's mind. I'm pointing to UCLA and the UCLA sporting heritage. Did you feel that in Westwood? Is that something that really helped you? Spoken about Stella and Rance, but was that culture something that you felt, and did that help you?
Yeah, definitely. There were so many great athletes that came out of UCLA, and then, John Wooden is huge at UCLA. Everything is really all about him. We have a lot of athlete, convention talks and things like that. That's called Wooden Academy. And he was a legend, and I think they're continuing to use his name and continue to use his name at UCLA.
Thank you, Bill. And our final question for follow-up, Chris from usopen.org. Chris, you have our final question for this afternoon's press conference.
Cool. Hey, Jen, I saw an interview a couple of weeks ago, and you were talking about walking during quarantine, several hours a day. You called them grandma walks. Is that something you do outside of quarantine? Are you a hiker? Are you a walker? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
No, well, my trainer kind of got me started on just like walking like 10, 15 minutes, after meals to help with digestion, things like that. And then I kind of took it to another level because I was just home and there was nothing else to do. So I would just walk in the neighborhood for like, a couple hours here and there, pretty much every day. I tried not to just sit on the couch or go on Instagram or things like that. I was spending either practicing, training, or walking and eating. So yeah, that was my life in quarantine.
Would you say it's more meditative or more exercise?
I wouldn't say it was exercise. I would say meditative, probably. Just getting my mind off of things, just focusing on myself and nature, and enjoying being outside.
Okay, thank you everyone for your cooperation. Jennifer, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.